Welcome to Art Toronto. We're so happy you're here with us. The city's art scene is in the spotlight. The Toronto Arts Foundation is hosting its annual awards, celebrating exceptional talent when it comes to music, visual arts, and theater. Throughout the show, we'll learn more about this year's finalists, including two groups being recognized for their work with young people.
We go black, and then everybody has a thing.
With just days to go before its latest production, the cast and crew at the French Theatre of Toronto are perfecting every detail. On stage is celebrated actress Kelly Langgard.
Ceci est un entracte.
A familiar face in the Franco-Ontarian community and Toronto art scene, she also plays a starring role with the company.
I've been an actor all my life, but I'm new to being an artistic director and co-general manager, so it's a lot. I'm still in the learning curve. It's only been 2 years. I kind of have to split my head in two and be the artist and then be the businesswoman.
Well, she's relatively new to the job. TFT has been around for more than 5 decades. It started as a way to bring art in French to Toronto's French community, but now
we have new technologies now that brings people in where you have glasses and you can see the surtitles through the glasses and follow the play. And I think that nowadays, more than ever, we are getting outside of the box and we are seeing art and theater as something bigger than, oh, we're just doing Shakespeare or we're just doing Molière because we're Francophones. We also realize that the Francophone community is growing years by years. More and more populations are coming from everywhere around the world, landing in Toronto, and they do speak French. So we want to be able to offer that form of art to all those communities.
a major pillar of its programming is dedicated to the next generation of French playwrights, including an annual contest for high school students.
Especially in the Francophone community, because we're so surrounded by an Anglophone environment, opportunities to write, to exchange, to create in French can be few and far between. So it's really great that we can give teens the opportunity to create in French, to give them a French working environment, and to encourage them, to just tell them what you wrote is amazing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, perfect French. It's even better if it's not, because we don't speak a perfect French. And as performers, we want something that's meant to be spoken and staged and dynamic.
The program recently celebrated its 10th anniversary. Every year, some 100 high schoolers submit their works. 5 are selected and transformed into full-scale professional productions.
For a young person, that has got to be an incredible experience.
To see inspired young writers already come with really strong material, whether it's something that's funny or horrible or dramatic or personal or just imagined. And then over the course of the 4 days or so that we spend with them, just have the script go deeper, wider, funnier, crazier, more emotional, and just to see them be more confident in their choices, in their writing. And a lot of communities don't, some families don't support the arts as much to give these young writers the confidence and the means to be able to pursue a professional career in the arts. So if we can get them while they're teenagers and really inspire them and tell them, no, you've got something here, you've got a talent, you have something to say that people want to hear, it's been great to offer them that opportunity.
For Benjamin Kersey, you could say that opportunity was life-changing. Now an actor, musician, and music director, he was just 14 when his play was picked.
The play got to the stage a year later when I was in grade 10 at the Berkeley Street Theatre.
I mean, when you think about that, being that age and seeing your words come to life on stage, what was that like for you?
It was definitely surreal, especially because the play was somewhat autobiographical. It was about my bicycle that had been vandalized by a bully. I think this was the first time that I really realized that there were other companies doing theatre in Toronto other than the big budget commercial companies like Mirvish. And so getting to know that there was a French community here in Toronto making theatre was very exciting to me.
The team at TFT says they're thrilled to be named a finalist for their work. Winners will receive a $20,000 cash prize, money that they say will go towards reaching more young people. Well, another finalist being recognized for their work with youth is the Nia Centre. The charitable organization showcases art from Canada's Black diaspora. We spoke with the executive director about the recognition and plans to move into a brand new, much larger space.
Really nice just to be recognized, amongst our peers and all the incredible organizations who are doing work, to keep young people connected to their creative passions, to help them to get into creative industries, and to be recognized amongst them is really great. And I think it's also special in this moment, given that, there's greater recognition that, Black artists, Black artistic traditions aren't usually celebrated in the same ways, or haven't been celebrated by institutions like the TAC historically. So to see our work, the work of the young people that we support being uplifted and recognized is a real affirmation for us and for, the paths and journeys that they're on.
We've picked up a little bit, obviously, on what you guys do, which is supporting artists and all the amazing work. But for people who aren't super familiar with the Nia Centre, can you just take us through it again and all the wonderful work that you guys do?
Yeah, so we started, back in 2008, and a group of artists were brought together by this organization called the Youth Challenge Fund. And the fund at the time was looking at legacy projects that would live beyond the life of the fund. And one of the areas that they identified as needing, greater supports for Black youth was the arts. So, sort of first programs were aimed at, getting DSLRs, which were, rare and expensive at the time, into the hands of young people and helping them document their communities and Toronto's inner suburbs. And then we've, just since expanded from there into different disciplines. We've published books, we've given, put on festivals and shows, we've done murals, all aimed at, really supporting young people to get into those employment pathways in the creative sector, and giving them a way to affirm who they are and their identity, and connecting them with this like-minded group of folks. We're in this really unique and transformative moment as an organization. As I mentioned, we've been around for the past 15 years, but we've never had a space for our organization that was just dedicated to us, and was really conducive to doing arts programming. So we've been on this 2-year-long journey to create Canada's first professional multidisciplinary Black Arts Centre. And we're in the final, few weeks of construction. Our new space is located just south of Eglinton West at 524 Oakwood. So, in the heart of Little Jamaica, a historically Caribbean, community. So we're really honored to be cementing the legacy of artists and elders and, community members who put down their roots in that neighborhood. And now we're sort of extending those stories and experiences into the building. So really excited about that. The building is used to be a public health center. So we really had to gut it and just take it apart floor by floor. Everything in there has been touched to sort of bring it up to a more professional and supportive community space. So there'll be 3 floors, 16,000 square feet. There'll be a multi-use performance space. There'll be an artist studio. There'll be a youth space. There'll be a digital media lab. There'll be co-working space. So really a lot of amenities to help artists and young people connect to, their artistic traditions, but also connect to a broader community of community members who, can support them in their work.
Well, to learn more about the awards, we've reached the director and CEO of the Toronto Arts Foundation, Kelly Langgard. Thanks so much for being with us, Kelly.
Thanks, Shannon. Happy to be here.
So we've just heard from a few of the groups being recognized for their work with youth, but can you tell us about some of the other finalists who are being recognized?
Sure. We have a total of 5 awards that are being presented this year at the lunch. And in addition to Arts for Youth, we have the Community Arts Award, we have the Breakthrough Artist Award, the Muriel Sharon Award, and the Margot Bindhart and Rita Davies Award. And these awards all have 3 finalists who will be at the lunch this year, and there will be 1 recipient for each award.
I know there's just a ton of talent who are going to be there. Is there any one artist in particular that you're excited for? That's probably hard to choose, and I'm putting you on the spot, but is there somebody that you're just really thrilled to see get this recognition?
You know, I won't say one because I'm thrilled for all of them actually, and I think for me they're all just so accomplished and deserving of being finalists and being award recipients. I will though highlight the Breakthrough Artist Award. I think we have 3 artists in this category that are just exceptional and that are well on their way to being recognized on the world stage, and I think those are artists that I'm really rooting for, all 3 of them.
Yes, for sure. Up and coming talent is always very exciting to see because this is sort of maybe not the beginning of the journey, but certainly when more of us start to be tuned in to their work. We also know there's a cash prize for winners, which can go a long way for artists and organizations. But beyond that, what kind of an impact does this recognition have?
Well, I think beyond the cash award, I think that just getting the recognition for artists is so important. They work so hard and so much of what they do goes unrecognized, either financially or reputationally. And to receive an award like this from the Toronto Arts Foundation really shows the community, the broader arts sector, as well as Toronto and the world, that these artists and arts organizations are doing important work and have incredible talent. And it really positions them with a profile that they can then move forward with and receive other opportunities, whether those be presentation or exhibition opportunities or opportunities for grants or other awards.
Right. We're almost out of time, but I did want to ask, I know you're new to the role, only about 3 months on the job, but you've had a long career in the arts. What are you enjoying so far about the role, and what are you most looking forward to?
I just love being part of this arts community in Toronto. Toronto has more artists living in its boundaries than any other city in the country. And it's evident, on our streets, in the cultural offerings that Toronto gives to the public and to communities. It's just a really exciting city culturally to be in. And, what I'm looking forward to in my role is just being able to highlight even more the talent and the creativity that the city holds and what that brings to communities, what that brings to our economy. I think that the Toronto Arts Council, together with the Toronto Arts Foundation, as 2 organizations both supporting artists and arts organizations and also highlighting their work, there's just an incredible opportunity to do more and really highlight Toronto's cultural life.
Yes, there's so much to celebrate. Thanks so much for being here with us, Kelly, and enjoy the celebration on Monday.
Thanks, Shannon. It's great talking with you.